Today's confirmation vote will make Governor Raimondo the first Rhode Island politician to serve in a president's cabinet in more than 70 years.
12 News politics editor Ted Nesi continues our team coverage now with a look at which senators voted for her and which ones didn't. Ted?
Well, Governor Raimondo left Rhode Island for Washington this morning, flying out of T.F. Green Airport as she prepared for one of the biggest days of her career.
Mr. Graham. Aye.
By an overwhelming vote of 84 to 15, the U.S. Senate voted Tuesday to confirm Gina Raimondo as the nation's new Commerce Secretary. 30 Republican senators, including Minority Leader Mitch McConnell, joined the Democratic caucus in supporting her.
We want Governor Raimondo to get to work on this very quickly and help resolve these issues. I know she's the right choice. I urge my colleagues to support her nomination.
One of the few voices of opposition, Texas Republican Ted CRUZ, who lambasted Raimondo for what he said were her evasive answers, including about a controversial Chinese telecommunications company.
The fact of the matter is that there has been a rush to embrace the worst elements of the Chinese Communist Party in the Biden administration. And that includes Governor Raimondo.
President Biden nominated Raimondo as Commerce Secretary back in January. The 49-year-old Democrat will oversee a budget of nearly $9 billion and a workforce of roughly 46,000 federal employees, with an office just steps away from the White House. Speaking to 12 News on Monday night, Rhode Island U.S. Senator Jack Reed said he was pleased to see a Rhode Islander join the cabinet.
She will be sensitive to not just Rhode Island, but to New England and the Northeast. She knows those problems very well.
And as I stand here at this hour, Gina Raimondo is still Rhode Island's governor. The final steps are for President Biden to sign her formal commission document and then for her to be sworn in as Commerce Secretary. I expect her to resign momentarily. Live in the studio, Ted Nesi, 12 News.
And Raimondo's confirmation vote wasn't close. All Democrats and a majority of Republicans supported her nomination.
And Raimondo is already in the nation's capital. Bob LaFleur took this photo of Raimondo at T.F. Green this morning. 12 News politics editor Ted Nesi continues our in-depth coverage now with the latest on what's happening in Washington. Ted?
Well, Mike, we don't yet know exactly when Gina Raimondo will be sworn in as Commerce Secretary, but we do know she'll have her first full day on the job tomorrow.
Mr. Graham. Aye.
A bipartisan landslide in the U.S. Senate on Tuesday for Governor Gina Raimondo, confirmed as the nation's next Commerce Secretary by a vote of 84 to 15. 30 Republicans joining Democrats to put her into President Biden's cabinet.
I know she's the right choice. I urge my colleagues to support her nomination.
As Commerce Secretary, Raimondo will oversee a budget of nearly $9 billion and a workforce of roughly 46,000 federal employees, with an office just steps away from the White House. The lone senator to speak out against her confirmation on Tuesday, Texas Republican Ted CRUZ, a thorn in her side throughout the confirmation process.
I asked her if she would keep those Chinese technologies companies on the entities list. She refused to make that commitment.
Terribly impressed with Governor Raimondo.
Rhode Island U.S. Senator Jack Reed tells 12 News he had no trouble rounding up votes for Raimondo despite CRUZ's opposition.
I think particularly her service as a governor in the midst of a pandemic and the tough decisions she made all reflected in this vote.
And I've just learned that we may be just minutes away from Governor Raimondo's formal resignation. I expect her to send a letter to Dan McKee, and at that point he'll go into the stateroom to be administered the oath of office by Secretary of State Nellie Gorbea. Ted Nesi, 12 News.